And there you see a handful of horses and what looks to be a small group of 5 figures that are currently picking up their camp.
How much farther to the Heartmoor?
You see a female silver scaled dragonborn. This one has a very thin, almost snake-like lithe physicality to them. Her neck is tall, and the head itself comes to this very striking point. These very bright golden eyes that peer through these side slits as the bundled hood that sits around the shoulders kind of pushes back as she stands up. You have maybe about 3 hours this way.
Where are you all coming from?
We are traveling from the south. What about your companions? Where do you come from?
Recently, Jusar.
What's your name?
My name is Hutchin. These are my companions. And she turns back over her shoulder, and you get a kind of a closer view. The other ones are kind of keeping a little huddled away. You get immediately the sense that some of them are not very trustful. You see what looks to be a male Qatari, but of an Egyptian cat variety, hairless, with just this kind of heavily wrinkled kind of gray skin across the head, big pointed ears off to the sides, and bright yellow wide eyes, and small kind of pursed cat-like nose in the front, themselves wearing a big thick leather mantle and another bundled cloak, similar coloration as to the one that Hutchin is wearing. You can see them kind of putting a hunter's bow over their shoulder and is kind of just staring at you as their eyes narrow, kind of just inspecting each of you as they go. You see a human female who has a drum kind of tucked under the side of their travel garb, just general travel clothing. You do see a small male goblin as well that has a small upturned nose that's kind of wide and pressed against the center of the face, and these almost like a light pinkish color, almost red eyes that you think are bloodshot at first, but it's just kind of the coloration they have that contrasts against the almost faint yellow-green coloration. They're just staring and picking up equipment quietly before they turn away. And you see to the very back, currently grabbing the horses and petting them and hasn't even noticed your arrival here, you see a tall female Firbolg with a big bushy black mane of hair that just kind of comes out of her head and pours past the shoulders, and it completely, for the most part, covers her eyes. You do not see the eyes, you just see the nose and mouth kind of poking out from underneath, and it's just currently brushing one of the horse's manes. At this point, Hutchin kind of looks over the rest of you. And you are?
My name is Fern.
We're Bell's Hells.
What sort of work do you do to have a name?
We're multi-talented. It really depends on the situation. We're,
Performers?
Particularly.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes. If the job calls for it. We could be diplomats. We could be mercenaries.
Freelance life.
Anything you want.
Jacks of all trades. Mm-hmm. That is useful. And you are working within the wilds, heading to the hamlet, I presume.
I'm going to throw a quick detect thoughts on maybe the Qatari?
The components for the spell are...
Oh, boy. Oh, verbal, somatic, and yeah, it's everything.
Yeah, so... And what is this one doing?
Performing. Who knows?
Be careful, he might break into a song. He does that sometimes.
So you get some surface thoughts. Surface thoughts are like a protective, defensive mistrust.
What do you all do?
We are travelers who wander these paths, taking work we're able, selling what we find as we go.
What's your destination today?
Us? I believe we are heading the same direction, actually. We come to the Heartmoor not terribly often, but when the work calls us here, yes. Is that all right?
Anything fun for sale?
Tejana!
Yeah. What's going on?
Could you bring that bracelet that we found not long ago?
Okay, yeah. I'll get that bracelet for you. Hold on. I can't get it off my hand.
Would you like me to help?
Yeah, if you could help me
Yes.
with the bracelet.
Orm is trying to catch Fern's eyes and is silently trying to communicate. Please don't steal anything.
Let me help you.
In Fern's head, you hear, please don't steal anything.
So as the
Holding the
Firbolg walks
bracelet.
up to you, kind of hunched forward, but even so, still standing at a good 6'8", even with a slight head hunched. We can help me with this. And you can see as she produces her wrist, there is this beautiful cluster of beads and gems that are embedded in this kind of double wrap bracelet around the wrist. This was procured on the outskirts of Avishi. It belonged to a very well-trained craftswoman who gathered all sort of strange glass beadware and intricate, small, imperfect gems, who believed that the imperfections is where true beauty is found. And as she gathered these from jewelers who wandered far and wide to craft this one piece that reminded her, or whoever carried it from that point forward, that there is beauty in that which is unrefined and uncut. Jams.
How many uncut jams are on there?
7.
Probably cut by candlelight.
It'll run you about 20 gold pieces.
You're thinking about that?
Well, no, I just wanted to see kind of what things you were selling.
I'll buy it.
Very bad. Collect our things. I believe we're about ready. I'm almost done. I just gotta go ahead and get the saddle.
Do you need some help?
Yeah, sure, help me. Thank you. I'm gonna help get the last saddle on the horse.
That's 2 big women.
I've never put a saddle on a horse, so I have no idea.
John very much like, no, you're you need. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank
And then
you
you
for your
crisscross
help.
under the belly, right?
I've got it.
With the scraps.
Handle the rest of this. You're just a sweet little thing. Okay.
Can I just glance at all of their shoes and footwear? Just to see, like, if the footwear is super sturdy and probably noisy on floors, or if it's more soft and creepy, like sneaky, like burglar type.
She knows, and I know she knows, and I know she knows.